Oh, okay, go with this. Hello, hello, everybody. Well, let's get started for tonight, shall we? Oh yeah, there was another thing here. I am starting the grind in a second. So I'm going to refine my Pyromancer tonight because I really feel as if that dude needs some love. Because, you know, I really did this build only bare bones, and it's freely surfing through tier 3 instabilities. And it's pretty impressive considering that this build is really as unrefined as it could be. We're not really using a lot of our potential here, and well, the plan's going to be to spice this up and go for a little bit of a completion there. Let's see what we can do. Because so far it's really a wonderful build that I love to use for farming. It's really, really awesome. Okay. Let's finish this little realm here, and well, maybe I'll keep grinding for a moment until we get some company here. So far, this build is operating very simply. I'm spamming out a ton of spells at the beginning of the fight, and that's pretty deadly for 90% of the enemies. It's pretty nice turn 0 burst, something a lot of people do enjoy, myself included. But I think this one can do a lot more than just be a turn 0 burst machine. So let's see what I can come up with tonight. Yo guys, why are you not dying? Oh, extra defense 163%. Okay. Well, usually the stuff dies a lot faster than that. Although I gotta say, it doesn't feel like it's going bad or something. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Seems like there was a trait involved that was a little bit problematic. Yay, loot! Okay. So we got a bunch of these beasties. Started to hunt them for the cards. Okay. And it's pretty nice so far. I mean, I want to be able to do this on a higher difficulty level as well. Because it's pretty cool if I can pull this off on max level difficulty too. I think I'll never get to a really massive speed on max difficulty. Well, maybe I'll do. Who knows what's possible there. But I'm pretty confident and happy with that turn 0 burst already. What this thing here does lack though is survivability. Big time. So right now this build is, in terms of survivability, a catastrophe. Whenever something does actually really hurt, they falter quite quickly. I got a chance that everybody who dies automatically resurrects because my enemies are permanently burning, but that's a chance that uses itself up quite quickly. So that can't be my only defensive mechanic here. Can't do. Okay. But I like it how quickly this one kills stuff, even though it's running around with 160% extra defense. Like that. Pyromancer is a lot of fun in that regard. Yo, there's nine. So there are 9 enemies supposed to be around here still. Get him! I love card farming at times. Not only good for your long-term power, it's also good for your wallet. Card grinding is a major point of my income. So we're almost at 400, almost back at 450k brimstone. That means getting closer to being able to afford another build. Not that I want to build something new right now, but I like to allocate these resources as much as I can. And usually they aren't that hard to find. I'm always happy when I find my divination candle quite early in the level, so I can spawn those monsters that I want to farm as quickly as possible. So that I can kill them while I'm exploring the level. The enemy is upon you. Okay. Hi, enemy. Oh, a treasure. Nice. Alright, as soon as I'm done with this realm, we're going to go for some theory craft, or no, not theory craft. I'm actually going to pick some stuff and build something with that. The neat thing about tonight's tinkering is that the direction and the main mechanics of this build are already defined, so I don't need to search long for a fundamental mechanic. It's already there. I mean, Pyromancer is pretty straightforward. Burn is pretty obvious, and well, we're utilizing that a lot. Okay, so let's see what I can do here, and let's bring up the crew. So it's really pathetic how this looks like. So these 3 creatures aren't even fused. Haven't even fused them. I think these 3 are fused, or do I have? Yeah, they are fused. They don't have anything on their trade slots. So this team is practically a clean slate to work with. I love it. So let's start out with the Pyromancer perks, but before I do this, I'm going to pick up my anointments before I forget them again. Keep forgetting that I have to reselect them. More potency on ethereal gems. I love that one. Immunity against blight. I like that one too. Blight is really annoying. Extra spellcasts. Who doesn't love that? And rebirth at the beginning of fights. That's it, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Good. Now, my actual perks. So, we're scorning and silencing enemies when they take damage from burning. We're dealing more damage equal to the potency of the enemy's burning debuff. Hey, Hyorin! So happy to see ya. If an enemy dies while it's afflicted with burning, it cannot be resurrected. Hey, AFK. So happy to see ya. Cauterize. After my creatures are damaged or healed by burning, they gain Shelled. This is so good. Shelled is among the best defensive conditions out there. I mean, it's only one time, but thank you. I take that as a big compliment, AFK. Combustion. After an enemy takes damage from burning, they have a chance to be losing their action. I like that one too. After my creatures are damaged or healed by burning, a random enemy takes damage equal to that as well. So we need to trigger burning as often as possible. I already noticed that there's a scheme behind that. Enemies always have burning? Hell yeah. After an enemy takes damage from burning, they are afflicted with Bond. What's that? Yeah, well, you gotta work hard when you want to make something new, you know? It's nice to see some appreciation. It's been a long day. Had the kid the whole day. He enjoyed his daddy day today a lot. Me too, but I'm pretty fried in my brain. Kept talking a lot. So, speed. Speed would be a good stat for us a little bit. So, after my creatures with burning are killed, they have a chance to be resurrected. That's what I was talking about. After my creatures are damaged or healed by burning, the potency of... Okay, so whenever my creatures burn procs, the burns on the entire battlefield get stronger. Okay. More potency on burning interaction spells. We already utilized that. Spells that interact with burning do not consume charges, all of that. My creatures always have burning. Instead of taking damage, they are healed. It's pretty brilliant too. And every time an enemy takes damage from burning, they have a chance to be scourged. That's pretty sick too. And after an enemy with burning is killed, he explodes, basically, based on the potency of that burn. So I need something to trigger burn as often as possible. Oh yeah, I'm totally interested, Hjoran, because there is a Spellcaster University. They're supposed to deliver a DLC this year still. They announced something for the autumn. They didn't deliver yet, but I hope they will. I was practically only waiting for the release of the DLC to pick that game up. I haven't forgotten about that one. Enjoyed myself there a lot. So, let's see. Is there anything which will give us the opportunity to interact with burning in a new way? I mean, there have been a lot of new spells since the last time. Blast Wave, that's already one I'm using. So, small amount of damage or massive amount of damage if they're afflicted with burning. Since everybody burns from the get-go, the spell's a no-brainer. Blitz Howl. Oh, no. Target recovers a small amount of health or a massive amount of health if it is afflicted with burning. Well, it's technically useful, but practically I don't really need that. We need to reforge a couple of spells because this team is horribly geared out when it comes down to spells. I have really done a pretty basic job on this team. Burn their bodies and enemies always okay. Pyromancer is pretty sick as far as I've seen it. I mean, I was so surprised about the fact that I was able to just one-shot everything down to tier 3 instabilities. Conflagration. Okay, target takes a small amount of damage and all enemies take damage equal to... I think I already used that one. Let's craft one in doubt, but I think that's already on my people. So... I mean, ideally, I'd need something that would proc burning forcefully. I don't know if that's actually possible. Enemies take a small amount of damage. This spell casts a number of times equal to the number of enemies that are afflicted with burning. Hell yeah. That's one we're going to take. Infernal Pillars. Okay, that's a single target spell. Extends the duration of the enemy's burning by 1 turn. Increases potency by 100%, okay. I already got 3 of these, so obviously I already planned to use that, but I didn't. Target takes a moderate amount of damage. Well, that's not interesting. We don't need something that produces burning. We already provide that plentiful. So, Promethean Blaze. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is one that I really need. This is an intelligence stat pump. I was really wishing for something like that. Because that's a spell that propagates the damage even further. I think this will be not free to cast because it doesn't really interact with burning, but we're going to work around somehow there. I mean, I got lots of trade slots open. Let's see what I can cook up here. I'm so excited about that one. I was so eager to get that again. So my creatures gain a random buff and enemies are afflicted with a random deep. Hell yeah, I should use that. This is such a cheap way of boosting my team and getting the enemy into Discord. Enemies take damage equal to 2 turns of their burning debuff. Well, not exactly triggering it. I don't think that I can forcefully trigger the burning. But Promethean Blaze alone is already a big addition into that build. And the other one with the buffs as well. So, Volcano, I'm already using that one too. So I somehow doubt that I'll find other spells in the other or that I will find spells in the other colors. I somehow don't expect something interacting with burning here. Not really. How does it count? X% of burning debuff if the burn is indefinite. Well, the potency. It refers to the potency of the burning debuff. There's a fixed amount of potency on that, and I think if the burning is indefinite every turn, just you add up on it, it increases the potency of the burn. That's at least how I understood it. So basically, you're no longer increasing the length of it. You're increasing the potency of it, but don't take my word for it. Not too sure about that. I know that I have several effects that increase the potency of my burns. So, well... Now, I don't know. I don't think that I need to check out the rest of these spells for now. The calculations are still a bit unclear, you name it. Okay, so first things first, this team has no Requiem yet, and I don't have a Requiem gem. I thought I had one. Okay. Requiem is for me pretty much a mandatory spell. Can this dude actually cast spells? Yes. Does he have slots? No. Can I do something about that? Yes. Good. So let's pimp up these dudes. The Volps will lose the dodge chance. I don't really need that dodge chance. We're going to put on this dude some extra gem slots. Here we go. Makes me a lot more versatile. So let's upgrade that. Requiem and Enchanted. I'm really happy that I grinded up some resources before we went in here tonight. So Generosity is a standard one. Let's just keep it like that. Okay. So I got Major Resurrection, but that's not even upgraded with so I got several instances of that. I didn't use Generosity there. Interesting. Well, I can leave it like that. I think that's okay. let's see, what kind of spells do I still want here? So we figured out, so the blast waves here. Oh my god, I could upgrade those. I crafted one for every single one of them. That's pretty good, because that means I can put in a lot more power into these spells. So let's start with that. Let's upgrade these beauties. Oh my god, that's going to be really sick. It's going to be a little pretty good power up here. And I think I was running conflagrations as well. So, well, I didn't really think that I would be so happy about that decision. Because there's one thing that's really bad about generosity. The shared gems via generosity, everybody gets one free spell there. They aren't boosted in any way, so you can't enchant these. The shared spell is just a bland version. Not upgraded, not fixed up with extra potency or something like that. So here with these, we can now go for let's go for damage increase, and let's see, what are we going to take? Defense penetration sounds nice to me. So let's go for some of these stats. I hope I have enough of the necessary materials there, but it looks good. Oh yeah, 80. Okay, so tonight at How I Lost My Crystals. Seriously, this is going to be quite costly, but I think the extra traits here should be paying off. Extra damage and extra defense penetration will always be good stats on damage spells. So okay, I don't think that I need more on these. Let's see, what kind of spell did I want to add in? That one with the buffs and debuffs. Which one was that again? Oh yeah, so Promethean Blaze was something that I wanted to play around with as well. Upgrade that one too. Radiant Sunfire. That one. This is a perfect candidate for generosity, because this spell doesn't really grow more or less powerful in any way. So right now I don't want to craft any new spells or go for any new colors, because my creatures here, these three dudes, they might change their color still. Oh my god, we might be needing to reforge those. Chaos. Oh well. So now there's the question, which creatures are now a good pick to go for? I mean, that's really difficult. I need something that makes these guys less squishy and less vulnerable in general. The damage output is already beyond insane. I don't think that I need to do that much for... yeah, I will need to reswap the class of the spells that I have equipped right now yet again. It's gonna be a little bit annoying, but... well, you get used to these things. So the question is, what kind of defensive mechanic would be a good choice for this spellcaster team? I mean, spirits are always a nice choice. I'm a big fan of the Frozen Spirit in general. Doom Gates, maybe. You mean the fortresses? I don't like them too much. They're so, I don't think that they have a fitting playstyle to what we're doing here. CD here, Alcazar. You mean these? Doom Fortresses? Let's see if there's something that's attractive for this build. Well, I think I miss a couple of those. I didn't rebuy them all yet. Well, since I'm not relying too much on provoke, I'd rather take the... I don't really have any good ones there. The God Avatar, well... I'm not done with grinding them all out. I'd rather leave open a trade slot for that one. So, Volcanar. Looks like it would be a fit, but no. Or are you referring to the God Spawn? This would be something else there. The ones that you need a ritual, a project for. Oh well, I don't have any juicy gods here. Ascension has its benefits, I'd say. I mean, I guess, Yarn, you have a lot more selection there compared to me here. Haven't really played much at the Gate of the Gods yet. Serafle, well, okay. I didn't want to farm the Gate of Gods tonight before going for building tonight, so it's not really an option right now. I mean, we can't always go for the good old Ent strategy, you know. Nothing else works. The Ents always work. Jin. After this creature provokes, deals damage to enemies equal to 5% for each ethereal spell gem. That's nonsense. We already run that one. So this dude needs Promethean Blaze. Amaranths. Thanks for that pointer. Let's check them out. Let's see what we have there. Well, that one is always a need. I really like this one, the one with the Soulstone Splinter. It's one of my favorites. It's a cheap way of adding defense to your build. And combined with Collective Unconscious, gain a lot of attack, but that's not too attractive there. Yeah, there's the flat defense increase. After this creature casts a spell, your creatures gain 15% defense. Okay, that's also pretty neat. Alright, so, well, I see two pretty neat options there. So gaining defense would be the easiest option, so either by healing or by getting attacked, or both mechanics would be a thing. Because we could also go for the spirit that gives me defense whenever I get healed. Remember, my creatures get healed every turn by burning. So this would be something that I could use as well. So let's see what kind of backbone we could use. So everything that triggers on heal would be particularly powerful for this combo, now that I think more closely about it. But thanks for the queue on the Amaranths. Fantasy, hello there. So happy to see you. I think I definitely could use something from the Amaranths in the long run. Iron Mirror, welcome. Happy to see you. Carbuncles. Can we... Do I want to have something? After my creatures cast a spell, they have a chance to gain a random buff. No. After my creatures take damage. No. If my creatures have cast a total of 12 or more spells, my creatures are immune to debuffs. Well... This creature has 5% more intelligence for each spell that has been cast. This is sexy. This is sexy. I gotta check out if my Pyromancer has a slot open for that one. So, let's see. NX. Yeah, he has Shroom. Exactly, that's kind of like what is... I was thinking about trade materials too, not for that, but here, NX, I got that one. Let's see, the one was the Soulstone Splinter. Let's see if I got that one. The other one I forgot had was Cold. No. Don't have one. That one I don't have, but I do like the this combo here. Pyromaniac. After creatures cast a spell, deals damage equal to part of its intelligence, and now it gains more intelligence whenever somebody casts a spell. This is a decent intelligence booster on a crucial unit. Thanks, little carbuncles. So... let's see what we can do there too. Corrupts? They're new, huh? Interacting with barrier a lot. Not my cup of coffee. Crusader. Oh yeah, here, demigods. Demigods are always worth a look to. Demigods often have something nice in store too. Yeah, Singularity. It's the one I really like to pick a lot too, but not this time. Okay, Devils, Diabolics, Djinn. We already had a look at the Djinn. Which one did you never use, Joran? I somehow missed the point where what that related to. Sorry. So, Chaos Guard. Vigor is a pretty, demigods. Ah, yeah, okay. I keep using that one, the Omnipotent Deity a lot. Singularity is one that I really like, because a lot of my builds stack up a lot of max health, and that really does work pretty good. So my creatures take 25% less damage. That's I don't like that. It's not scaling. I prefer scaling things, although it's pretty tempting, you know. My critters have more attack, intelligence, and defense for each buff they have. So, well... after an enemy is afflicted with a debuff, they lose stats now. That's so interesting. Okay. Well... yeah, buff or debuff, that's true. That's true. So I got a spell that generates a ton of buffs there. So this would be generally an option. So let's see, do I have Moonlight as a trade material? I always prefer to go for trade materials because these are decisions that you can undo again, you know. Fusions are more permanent. Here, Moonlight. Yeah, why not? Let's try that out. I mean, this is a neat thing. And if we start stacking buffs there, this could be a cool method of getting stronger. So let's go for Radiant Sunfire. That was it? Okay. So we're going to equip Radiant Sunfire to one of my other critters. What's that dude's jobs here? Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's healing from my burn. Okay, so... Now I got sidetracked. Ah yes, Belgians. So I got one on the nature dude open. Let's transform that one into a nature Spelljam then. Because I know that this dude will stay. So here we go. Radiant Sunfire with Generosity. So this way I'll definitely have lots and lots of buffs on the enemies going. On my critters going. So I'll take benefit out of that thing a lot. I just need to macro the usage in, but that's going to be not too hard. Okay. And beyond that, adding in buffs to your team is always a good thing. So... I should be actually using that, dude. We didn't need that one, but the Dreadful Ifrit is actually pretty cool. Well, that's pretty useless. But this dude, well, would be a nice option with Doom Fortresses. Let's see. If I find something really, 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 really tasty that will interact well with defense and provocation, I'm going to go for that combo. So here's we could go for the classic, always mending, and after my creatures are attacked, they're healed immediately. This is a absolutely I don't know, Ents are so good for in terms of resilience. Well, I don't know. I know about the existence of these, so I don't need to select that now. If I don't know anything else, I know that I will pick these up, you know. It's the gist of it. And there's a decent chance of me using those Ents because they are pretty foolproof method of getting your making your team pretty resilient. Started battle with creatures' defense is added to its maximum health. Blah. Giants are not too interesting. So, here, the god spawns. I really would like to have more of those as well. Golems are not interesting either. Grimoires, probably. I don't think that they... Well... No. This sounds pretty interesting in the first moment, but it's actually not. It's a little bit weak to sacrifice an entire trade slot in that. Hunters, Imlers, Imps, Inquisitors, Koloss. I mean, sure, there's the good old Hardy Appetite. So, you know, combine that with the Omnipotent Deity, which gives you stat bonuses for extra maximum health, and you're good to go. But I think I'm going to go for Rise Above this time, because we gain a lot of healing. I want Rise Above. I don't have that much of a stat pump going on in this one. We're getting more healing in general. Let's see, please tell me I got this one. Yes! Wonderful. And another thing that I wanted to check out was what the Master of Ifrit thingy gives. My god. Talk today. Creatures afflict enemies with burning. The potency of this debuff is increased for each Ifrit fighting on my side. Rather underwhelming. So we got 3 artifact slots open and 3 fusion slots open. There's still a lot of room to work with. Nice. So where were we? Koloss. Right. So from now on, we're going to get maximum health for each healing, so it's pretty good. Kraken are exactly what I don't want to have. Leeches are also not too interesting. Leeches are good if you want to attack a lot. Leper, no. Liches, don't think that liches are in any way interesting for my build. Lacmantria, Manticore, no. Masochist. My creatures deal more damage for each debuff they have. Well, it's not really good because I don't have that many. I only have 1, you know. It's not really that crazy. So, Mythican, Nephilim, Nihilist, Occultist, let's see. These dudes might have something interesting in store for me. My creatures have more intelligence for each sorcery spell. Nah, forget it. Well, okay. That's pretty big, but this has to be sorcery spells, so... But boosting intelligence for every sorcery spell sounds pretty sick. Gotta admit. Phoenixes. The good old Phoenixes. What now? Hillwiz, Bleeders, Bitrave, no. Plague Alchemists. I am using one of them, but the rest of them aren't that interesting. Perghast, Reaper, Rift Dancer, Salamander. More Alpha Strike. I don't know. Not too interested in that. Sanctus. No. Satyr. Seraph. Shade. Shadow. No. Sin. Shapeshifter. Slime. Wow. Not too interested in that. Smiths, well, that could be an option if I don't find anything else. They give a pretty decent, substantial power-up that's not scaling, but it's a good baseline power-up. Could be also valuable. Sphinxes. Alright. No. Spirits. So... yeah, I think I'm going to go for Dreams of Ice. It's just too attractive. Gaining defense whenever we are healed is just nice. Let's take that. Let's check out if I got that as a trait. socket. It's also a reason why I like to farm that much as of late. Doesn't look good. No. Okay, we'll have to fuse that one. But extra defense on heal, that sounds extremely decent. And I think I'm going to go for the end combo then. The ends are always pretty nice, you know? I'm going to go for the mending and the automatic healing when I get smacked. And that basically will make me grow more and more resilient the more often I get attacked. It should be working out quite nicely. Okay, so now to the unpleasant part. We're going to lose the spell gems on that. Alright, Jorn. So, let's see, I'll have to reforge conflagrations and blast waves, okay. Got it. So, let's... oh, wait a second. Let's level up the dude that I want to use first. It's important. Okay. So that was a sort by race. I'm looking for a spirit. Frozen spirit, here we go. No, it's not the least little bit complicated. It's all super easy and very, very easy to pick up. Okay, jokes aside, I'm enjoying my time here a lot. So, okay. I didn't want to fuse with that one, actually. Alright. I can change that if I really, really want to later down the road. So, the thing here is now this dude is now a life creature, so we'll have to take one of these blast waves. Here, this one's unequipped now. And reforge that. To swap with life. Okay. And the same one with conflagration here. Okay, it would be nice if such things could be automated somehow. That would be really, really sick. Okay, now I got that going. Wonderful. Now, let's see the ends. What about you dudes? Your traits names, please. Because I made up my mind here. So we're looking for Nature's Blessing, because that's a flat damage reduction too, and Unscathed, yeah. Let's see. I have some of those still. And Nature's Blessing, yes, good, and Unscathed. It'd be cool if that's no. Okay. So we'll need to fuse one end. Could be worse. But I really want that now. And then I'm going to stop for a moment and just let this combo loose onto the enemies. Well, I'll have to do one more thing. And that's checking out some macro. Sort by race. I'm looking for an end here. Elder end. Boom. Okay. Let's go. Now I got the same problem as before. We got one critter that's nature now, so... There we go. Disenchant. Oops. At least it ain't that horribly hard. But I'm starting to run low on opals. Oh god. It's the side effect when you tinker too much with spells in general. Okay, lost wave and conflagration. Nice. Okay, now we've got almost all the stuff. Oh yeah, I now remember what I wanted to do. So I wanted to upgrade Radiant. Okay, Radiant Sunfire is already equipped, and Promethean Blaze has to be now a nature spell, and it's gonna be a generosity spell too, and it's gonna have an extra stat increase. I like that one. I'm going to put that onto my Jin Pyromancer because that dude... Oh, wait a sec. Ugh, wrong class swap. I need life. No! There's also a way. Get rid of your thingies there. Oh, well, whatever. I'm going to put that now on this one. Alright. So... Hey, welcome back, Yorin. So let's see, lastly, the fastest creature in this squad are these two here. So let's write a little macro here for... Oh, what was that spell called again? Radiant Sunfire, right? Yeah, okay. So... Macro, added macro. Add line. This creature has more than 90% costs. What was it called? It's something with Radiant. Radiant Sunfire. Okay, that's pretty simple. And let's see, that dude's really good for nothing else. Perfect. So your strategy is macroing the Radiant Sunfire. Okay, we're not going to do more than that for now. I just want to see how these dudes now work out under these new conditions, and we're going to go for the real deal. I promised you tier 5 instabilities, so let's deliver. So I got no clue whether or not we're going to survive here, but I think basically it should be, we should be in a good spot. So let's see, I got extra max health gain for that. We got mending permanently. We gain defense when we're healed. Mending procs automatically, and yeah, well, there's a little bit more room for improvement, but well, let's see. Holy moly! Bang! Alright, talk about Alpha Strike. Okay, so it's looking pretty good, actually. Hello there. That's tier 5 instability. Treasure from all sources. Okay. If that's the case, you know, didn't I find the divination candle already? The damage looks pretty solid, indeed. I think this build will instantaneously kill itself when it encounters damage reflection. But beyond that, I mean, heck, why not? That's pretty cool, isn't it? I like it. So I'm collecting the my newest object of desire are these critters. Starting to collect their set as well. It looks a little bit odd at the first glance, but I figured that everything that upgrades my buffs in general is extremely desirable. And this one here, I mean, it took me a while until I realized that that's a flat 20% damage reduction for protected. Pretty sick. It didn't look too appealing at the first in the first moment, so damage reflection mainly triggers on attack. Well, I've fried my team a lot in all instability realms with damage reflection, so I don't know, maybe it got changed, or the portion that does interact with spell casting is enough to fry my team. I'm pretty sure we're going to instantly annihilate ourselves. Let's see, maybe you're right. I hope you're right. I would be glad if you're right. But I mean, we're at a good start. Whenever I take damage, I get healed. Whenever I get healed, my critters get more defense. It's a pretty solid interaction. And as far as it seems, we don't need that much of a damage increase, but my dude here grows more and more powerful with every spell cast on the battlefield, and my creatures virtually have endless spell costs because their spells don't lose charges if they interact with burning. So, sealing spell jumps would be a stop for my strategy, but beyond that, holy moly, I think I did a pretty good job in overhauling these dudes for now. I mean, we still got room for more. I think I have one more fusion slot and at least one more artifact trait slot, I think. Let's see. I think it's only 2 more that I got. 1, 2. No, I actually got 3? Sick. Okay. We got 3 more trait slots for that combo. The other thing that was a pretty direct one-shot was confusion. So that's something that I really need to work against too. No, man. I hate monsters that just refuse to die. But I mean, I can't remember when I had such a solid and quick, clear speed on tier 5 instabilities so far. Nyx are always annoying, Kieran. I really underestimated their power for a long time, but I realized that their traits are so good at destroying entire strategies. I had no clue how annoying they could be. Yeah, they can also shut down traits. That's what I did personally hate a lot there. Okay, so let's put this this build a little bit to the test, shall we? We're going to progress here a bit. I also started the Necromancer Ascension project. I already did 2 gods with the Necromancer. It was a lot of fun so far. I'm going to stream that as well, like Stjoran had interest with that. Constellation of Huanglong. After my exotic creatures are killed, my other exotic creatures gain a random trait. That's fun. Yeah, that sums it up really nicely, Hjarn. The Nyx are not really an interesting pick for your own team, but they're just a pain in the rear to encounter. I hate them in the in that realm that comes with the oases, where you have to fight them at some points in large conglomerations. It's pretty annoying. Okay. think I cleared out this place quite good. More trade material. I was working with one invisible team once, I think. I can't remember which one. Oh, Terrible. Cool. I think when I did a team for Trickster, yeah, because they had such massive bonuses from when they were invisible, if I remember correctly. Stay dead. Stuff. Can't say no to stuff. Experiment. Okay. Now, let's go downstairs. Let's see. No additional attacks and casts. Reflect damage taken. Come on, let's try that. Because I actually think it will be horrible, but let's put it to the test. Okay. Yeah, we're exploding here. The damage we're dealing is frying my own critters. Yeah, it's pretty sick, isn't it? But let's see, I mean, I got Rebirth. I mean, so far, most of the enemies that we encountered didn't even get to another action. I haven't cast that spell that creates buffs and debuffs a single time. Well, Joran, I'm not too surprised that damage reflection didn't hurt your team too much when you're mostly building around defensive stats. Makes sense, because, you know, when I was running with my more defensive builds, I never had problems with with reflection either. Emblem from Living Embers. But it's working good. I mean, my critters keep dying, or keep almost dying, but who cares? 209% extra loot. And we one-shot everything in turn 1 anyways. I keep being surprised about how well this works. It's no problem if they can't kill me twice, yeah, that's true. I mean, we gotta see here that everybody here has a chance of getting resurrected again because of a trait on my Pyromancer, so there is a chance of even getting through with it even if they kill me twice, so. More cards, please! Alright, nice. So I can go for tier 5 instability card farm now. Crazy. I mean, this looks pretty nutty to see my critters dying, but once all the effects are resolved, they're all back on their happy feet. So. Well, damage reflection kind of sucks, though. Wow. I'm pretty happy about how this works out. I think this counts as one of my most successful attempts in creating a good farm build. Spellmains. Ooh, all our spellmains, they can't be silenced and can't be sealed. Nice. Spellmains are quite fun because they come with their own spells, basically. Okay. Well, it's about time to progress a little bit deeper. My creatures started to level a little bit slower now. Okay, let's turn in the projects. How many costumes are in here, and why do I have one resembling a garbage can? Questions, yet no answers. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to start a hunt. Well, whatever. So, one goblet. Who cares? I don't want to go for Impington. Let's play Kano. There are so many costumes. Yeah, that's amazing. I keep being surprised about the sheer amount of content in this game every now and then. I wonder what will be in store for us with the full release in 2 days. I could imagine that there will be something new there as well. I'd be surprised if not, honestly. Or at least I hope for some surprise as well. I can hardly imagine that there will be nothing new for the full release. Yeah, that's true, Huron. That's true. So, let's see. For now, I want to try if this build is strong enough to go full-on ignorant into whatever it wants to. +1 debuff the right tipping scales. Okay. Oh, it's so good. So much trade material. That's so good. I only recently realized how good it is to farm insane amounts of trade material. At least if you start to be as crazy as I start to be. And I'm starting to get an itch for completionism, and therefore I'll have to play everything at some point. I mean, that's really meant as a very, very long-term project. The idea starts to appeal me. I'm at 29% of all achievements so far, so, and I've already played this game a lot. Devour exoskeleton. You only have 23 classes left to ascend or something. That's the spirit. So. Let's see. Start a new playlist here. So, did I actually assign that Promethean Blaze thing? I mean, I've never seen it go off. Okay. Sorry, I somehow managed to get two playlists going at once. Okay, so it should actually do something, but that dude definitely doesn't take the first turn. So the Frostfire Ifrit is actually the dude taking the first turn mostly. Okay. Left balanced scales. I had no clue that these scales actually had a bias towards where they were leaning. But okay. You know that you're in a world of pain when you already have S-level knowledge about the enemy that you want to farm. Yeah, I should put that macro onto the Frostfire Ifrit. Okay, got it. Let's do this. So that dude's going to just cast a spell. Let's see, macro. I want that Radiant Sunfire thing going on for my people. Because I think it would be, it's a really good idea to buff your people and debuff the enemy as much as possible, so let's see. There we go. Nice. At the first glance, it does slow us down a bit, but I'm pretty convinced that it's a smart move to go for. Or maybe I should have kept it like that. You know what? We're going to change it up. I'll leave it like that. So this strategy only will apply in longer fights, because, you know, why should I actually, now that I think more closely about it? It's way smarter to end fights faster when I can, and leave that strategy open when I actually really need it. Oh. That would have been the action, the turn of that dude who had the spell, for me, the chance to check if it works or not. Maybe I should do some different trigger rather than going for 90% HP or more. Maybe that's a bad trigger too. Yeah, well, whatever. Those are things that I can't fix up in the long term. For now, I'm happy enough to have a build that obviously stomps tier 5 instabilities blindly. So here I'm suffering some issues, but here I'm also facing a realm that has less intelligence, less stat gain, and less damage dealt, and a chance to resist damage on the enemies. That's practically as bad as it can get. Like, seriously, I think this is among the worst things that can happen to my build. Oh my god, the centaurs. Yeah, okay, okay. Here we're in the world of pain. Okay, let's go for Requiem first. We want to keep our people alive. And let's see. Let's go for Promethean Blaze. To know if that's actually worth it. And Radiant Sunfire. There we go. Okay. Still works out quite nicely. Sure thing. So I do see a certain weakness towards burst. I hope that I'll be able to get this thing to a nether boss or a false god. I really want to see how it fares in a longer fight. Probably should stop summoning stuff at the summoning candle though, if we want to have quicker resolutions. So yeah, tier 5 farming always takes its time, sadly. But that's pretty sick. That's truly pretty sick. I'm pretty sure that I will have to do more about the survivability of this one. I could imagine that the first real boss will be a brick wall for what I built here. But I don't mind. I already have plenty of boss clearing builds. It's pretty nice to have something that can clear quickly while you want to just descend, you know. It's something I realized lately, that it's pretty cool to have builds that can go for the dirty work, and you know, for the bosses you can then swap over to your more intricate and long-lasting builds. That minion dude though gave me quite a headache, but I think Paladin and Siege Master are among the most omnipotent classes out there. I think these defensive builds that deal damage while defending are among the most powerful things out there, because it's pretty hard for the AI to crack these. I mean, there aren't too many angles the AI could take to actually bust you with. Well, I haven't played Blood Mage yet, but I keep hearing a lot of good stuff from everybody who's playing Blood Mage, so I'll take your word for that, Jorn. I see. Max HP instead of defense. Well, that sounds like fun too. Well, well. Arbiter Master. Oh yeah. New masters. I love that. So let's see. That's going to be a challenge or not. Okay. So the moment when the dude was up to apply buffs and debuffs, he got fried by one of his buddies that was confused. Okay, we win. Sigil of the Arbiter. If all creatures are arbiters, their innate traits are more powerful. I'm pretty sure it makes terribly much sense when you're when you know the traits of these critters. I don't know, sometimes it just seems to take forever to farm a card from a certain monster. And sometimes they just seem to drop immediately. But these dudes, they were really, really resilient so far. Yeah, I know what you mean, Huron. The last card I was farming, I got it quite quickly, and a couple of minutes later, I got right away another one from a different monster and such, not the one that I was hunting right there, or or not the next species I was hunting at the candle, but still 2 in a row. Okay. So I got the Creature Master, and I got... Yeah, let's get out of here. This place was pretty unfavorable for me. Okay. Let's see, what do we have here? Extra defense, strong against life. Well, looks like we're rocking it. Oh, False God. Nice. So, let's leave him buffed. So, I already foresee my demise here, but let's see. Let's see how well I'll do. It's gonna be the first real stress test for this build, because so far, this was all pretty much a joke, I'd say. I can't remember. No, it wasn't Althea. Althea we had the last time. I can't remember which one the next one will be. Can't remember. I think I had Althea the last time, hadn't I? Okay, immunity to spell damage is a no-go. Chance to avoid damage, that's okay for me. That's annoying, but that's not really the end of the world. Okay. I really love it to have builds on a level where they can just smack tier 5 instabilities easy. It's always so cool. Oh, emblems of 4080. Because the level of loot is entirely different on tier 5 instabilities. So, False God is immune to attack damage. I don't want to have that. Applying debuffs at the start of battle. I hope I will be able to mitigate those. Ah, here's the portal. Let's go. Ah, the Lost Construct. That's what I'm up against. Alright, so let's inspect that, dude. Increases speed of all body parts, minions to all body parts. Okay, attacks. Intelligence. There's a lot of stat boosting going on there, as far as I can see. So let's start out with a Radiant Sunfire here. Because we grow a lot more powerful the more buffs we have, so let's utilize that. Alright, we've got Confusion on our dudes. It's not that good, but... Our enemy is confused too. Wow, Steel Storm from that guy wrecked our party. It's not a good sign there. So I already can see that my defenses seem to be rather weak. So let's see. Let's go for more of these buffs. If I want to have any chance of survival, I should buff myself up like crazy. So, Major Resurrection, let's go. And let's see. More Bad Radiant Sunfire. This does give me stats, you know. Okay, now let's do this one more time. Why not? Alright, let's start dealing damage. or at least try to. I mean, the amount of debuffs on the enemy looks pretty tasty. Okay. Let's go for that one. And let's just pump out the damage and see what'll happen. So I'll stick with the conflagrations. Okay. Always a good sign when you can't really see the boss behind all the debuffs anymore. So no more charges of that one. Okay. That's strange. Oh yeah, we're cracking this dude already? Okay. I didn't expect the boss to falter that quickly. The damage output of the Pyromancer is just insane. Like, seriously. I didn't expect it to be that easy. Okay. Sure thing. Why not? Perk time. My creatures deal more damage with attacks for each time we cast Rune of Core. Ah, that's definitely nothing that I want to take. My creatures have cast each rune spell. No. Crescendo. Rune. Not interesting. Rune. After my creatures defend, their spell gems gain a charge. Now that's tasty. That's something I should consider. This is really cool. You know how hard it is to gain charges in general? Ah, Rune of Core. Target takes a large amount of damage and the caster's on-attack effects are activated. 100% attack instead of intelligence. Okay. Rune of Nax. On-attack effects are activated. Okay. Holy moly. Oh my god, that's difficult. Shrug Off is also really sick. Hyorin already knows all these traits. Oh my god. I think this is what I'm going to pick. I have so many builds that end up racking up a lot of defense. And I keep wondering how the heck I'm supposed to make something work out of that. Yeah. I think this is the biggest one. This is also pretty neat, though. Shrugging off all debuffs when you're defending. This one is also pretty sick, but well, no, we're going to go for this one. This is just too appealing. I have used for this in many builds, so we're going to go for that. Now, loot, loot. Tons of costumes. Like, seriously, most of that is costumes. Target takes a small amount of damage plus 10% for each charge the spell gem is missing. Okay. Yay! Nature Guild. Ooh, this one's looking fancy. Okay. Thanks, Hyorin. Like I said, I was actually pretty surprised that I went off with that victory that decisively. I really expected at least one time getting beaten and needing to lick my wounds. But obviously, I built that pyro good. Alright, nice. Quite happy. I mean, that means things are working out quite well here. And also, that new perk, I'm really happy about that. 30% conversion of defense into damage into attacks and spells will be such a helpful thing for a lot of my builds. For this one in particular, because we're racking up defense a lot, and this will be a pretty neat thing. It's the Siege Master perk. I know. After you've said so much good stuff about Siege Masters, that was scary. I figured that I wanted to check out their perks as well. I'm actually interested in the... I was mostly interested in that one that's yielding... what's it called again? The Confusion Immunity. You showed me that one, and I was very, very interested in that one. Because Confusion Immunity as a perk, that's sick. That turns off a lot of problems that you can have. Sigil of the Electropod. Okay. More speed from stat boosting effects when all of the critters are Electropods. Okay. So I can't stop myself now from summoning more Apis monsters. Because, you know, I have proven myself what I wanted to, I have found out what I wanted to find out. And that's whether or not this build is capable of tackling bigger boss groups. The answer seems to be yes. If I'm able to tackle a false god on tier 5 instability without any issues, should be okay. Confusion Immunity and the Shrug Off perk were the main reason for me to move on from Blood Mage. Ah, Shrug Off was so tasty too, yeah. I think I'll be going for the Lost Construct a couple of times or more often, and see if I can't nib one of the other traits there as well. Because that's just pretty appealing. I really love the anointment system, giving you the ability to just cross-pick from other classes a little bit. That's so cool. It really gives you the option to just hunt for perks for once, because it's really hard to get those anointments. And it's also pretty cool to work around the resources you got. Jeez. Ah, yeah, that was a confusion cast on my own team. Can probably try to build a decent royal now. Oh, the royal class, I haven't touched that one yet. I haven't touched that one yet. This game has still so much to offer. Even after I've invested so many hours into it. I love it. Okay. That's so cool. I mean, I got now a pretty solid tier 5 instability grinder. So that's the first time. Because the kill speed of that build is so decent. That's what I like so much about it right now. All of the other pretty stable variants that I had a pretty shitty kill speed. This one is stable enough to even tackle a false god and brings down the enemy pretty quickly. Although I think for Divinity Candle or Divination Candle grind, I'll stay with the tier 0 realms, because at the end of the day it still takes longer than when I go for 0 instability, when I go for it like that, and the drop chance of cards is not higher, as far as I know at least. Please update me if there has a change in that, and therefore, well, speed is imperative, I'd say, because the rewards for killing these dudes doesn't increase with higher instabilities. Divination Candle monsters are actually, well, only harder. Should be the same card and skin chance, yeah. We had that talk several times before in the past, so... Well. So hyped for full release day. But for tomorrow's stream, we're going to go for something else than Seralim, so we're going to be So we're going to have a pause in between before we go for the full release. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Lately, I have a little bit more problems to select something. I don't know. At some point, you could also get cards out of treasure chests. That would be awesome. Oh, that is a thing. Okay. Well, I think they removed again. I see. Ooh, rank 12 with that god. Well, I figured that low-level grind, or low-tier grind, I should rather say, has several benefits. You're grinding a lot of currency, and you're also grinding a lot of, well, drop chance in that way. So if you're really out for cards, I think really the easier modes are even better for you. Most surprisingly enough. Oh yeah, Huron, I meant to ask you another thing. If I've seen you playing Dragoncliff lately, what's your opinion to that? Because I was considering returning to that game. I only dipped a little bit into it, and then life dragged me away from it, and then I forgot about it. And now I want to know if it's worth my time, basically. Okay, robots. I think it's pretty fun. How deep are you in it already, if I might ask? Because I wasn't sure if it was fun when you're playing it longer, you know? Alright, let's go. Less spell potency and defense in the storyline. Okay. I don't know if I was that far. Strong against life. Well, let's try that nevertheless. Okay. Heard the hard mode is considered the end game. Okay. Well, I do like well-made auto battlers, so I might be giving it a spin again the next couple of days. Okay. So slowly progressing deeper now. I think I'm going to go for a little bit of a progression dive for the next couple of runs. Oh my god, I need to reset. I did something stupid. I forgot to take a new bounty. That's a no-go. Hey, Roxy, hi there. So happy to see you. So what did we get here? Centaur Khan. Fist of Tarun. Target takes devastating amount of innate damage. And your creatures take damage. What? Okay. I like that. Okay. Stat boost effects. Spell stat modification. Let's take that. So yeah. Lost Construct was Rune Knight and Siege Master specifically. Let's do it again. I think this is going to be great. So let's see. Only 5 at the time. So, let's see. This one was totally unnecessary on that build. Let's go for that. So that's even more the reason now to rack up more defense than before. Okay. Now we can go. Now I feel a lot better about that. That was a Nemesis group? Nice. Wow. Oh, these crazy shops. Oh, wait a sec, they're selling nether stones. Pretty crappy ones, though. No. Too bad that the nether stones were crap. Although I gotta admit, I never used a single nether stone so far. I never felt as if that team that I was playing right there at that moment was worth it. It's kind of tragic, isn't it? Okay, we're sweeping them away in one turn. I love it. It's just so amazing. You wouldn't assume that we're playing on the highest difficulty here. I think this build will still have a lot of problems with clearing out all the bosses. I'm playing a Pyromancer right now, Roxy. Pretty simple. Has some automatic spellcast triggers in turn 1, and well, lots of interaction on burning. Pretty simple stuff. The most damage here comes from a spell that I automatically cast at the beginning of a fight that deals massive damage to burning enemies, and whenever a burning enemy dies, he's going to explode and deal damage according to the remaining burning damage on him. And I got another dude that just deals indirect AoE whenever somebody casts a spell, and that's pretty much mayhem. I souped it up with some defensive traits today. We might be needing to soup it up a little bit more even, but I just defeated a false god with that on tier 5 instabilities. This is tier 5 instability. You wouldn't even. It's pretty sick. Everything just burns away in one turn. Unless the realm is debuffing my attack too much, or the enemies, or is buffing the enemy's defenses too much, I'm pretty much killing everything in one go. I love it. Sigil of the Tox Dweller. Enemies' bomb debuffs have an independent chance to detonate for each Tox Dweller in the party. Now that's a fun thing. Oh, there's the sewer boss that I need. Okay. We rarely get beyond the first turn. That's a good sign. Yay, Keyforge! yeah, so beyond progression, it's going to be time soon to play for some Ascension 2. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Okay. Lovely. Just very, very lovely. All right. I feel like I'm disrespecting the enemy a little bit here. Just a teensy-tiny bit. Okay, Keyforge. I keep spamming the Keyforge project as much as possible because one can't have too many keys for the gods for the God Gate. So what do we have here? Nothing too troublesome. Okay. Let's see. After that nether boss, I sadly have to go to bed for today. Or at least turn off the stream, so I can get to bed at some point tonight. I don't know. I'm never able to go to sleep after streaming. Okay. How many times does that dude cast Volcano? I mean, it looks like he's casting that forever. For real. Okay. Oh no. Well, Perghasts are pretty nasty. It's not the first time that I have pretty much trouble with those. I don't really know what's the issue with them, but that's not the first time. I mean, I'm kind of relieved that something finally managed to knock me over. You know? Well, for me, it wasn't that unexpected. I had today a encounter with these Perghasts already. Oh. So I want to know whether or not this thing can deal with another boss or not. Do they have healing per turn? No. Why the hell is this thing healing so hard? Well, whatever. Death's Call might be a death spell. Who knows? I took an educated guess. Okay. Gemling Master. These critters, they look so cool. So I finally found also a way of saving my RimWorld colony that I didn't like so much. I decided to add in a couple of mods for more content. Because it's about time. I don't enjoy it after 50 episodes anymore because it's too hard because of not enough content. I decided to pimp in some content to alleviate that problem. Okay, there's the Nether Boss's portal. Let's go. Zenpang. Let's see if I'm able to take that dude down. Sometimes Nether bosses have a constellation that's nigh impossible for your build to tackle. Can't really remember what this guy's game plan was. And so far, I just hope that I'll get an action before everybody on my team's dead. Oh man, I don't know why these things happen so often lately, that my dudes don't even get an action before they die. I've had that several times, that they seem to get knocked away on the action table. It's pretty annoying. I wonder where that comes from. It's so hard to perceive that, because it was clearly visible that my creatures should have acted at that point. But I'm pretty sure that was pretty unlucky. It's not the first time that I've encountered something like that. Although I really don't know where these delays come from. But well. In that regard, this is one of the big downsides of the late game of Seralim. It's effing hard to keep an eye on all the things that happen there. So let's see. Probably I won't be able to finish that fight with this build, but I'd like to try properly. Well, well. But it's still pretty cool to have a really good farming build now. I mean, I think I could tune it even more, as it seems I need to work on my early fight resilience. It's not the first time that I have this kind of issue. A lot of my offensive builds suffer from a situation like that at times. So let's see if we're going to have the same problem again. If so, I'm going to go offline for today and ponder about that situation tomorrow a bit more. Well, looks like we're in the same problem again. I don't know why my critters are not allowed to act here, though. The problem there is you're not even allowed to check why. Because you can't check their traits. Probably there's a trait that actually does that, you know. It's driving me nuts. But anyways, my dear friends, we're going to continue sometime else. And feel free to join my Discord. You can also drop a recommendation about future streams, because lately I feel as if I could use some inspiration again what I could stream. I'm itching for some kind of a new project, because my last Grim Dawn character died, and ever since then I feel like I have a little bit of a vacuum where that was, and I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. I don't want to go for a new Grim Dawn character there either, so, well, now I have it out. Have a good night, everybody, and thanks for the good company. See you all soon. Bye-bye.